last Substacks you guys put out, you mentioned AI and the idea of drones delivering packages and how that wasn't as prevalent as people think, and even robotics in facilities aren't everything people. Can you kind of elaborate on that?
Yeah, I mean, Amazon loves doing these big robotics rollouts where it invites local media to come in and they get a bunch of good stories about it. The truth is that their robotics game is differentiated. There's some things that have been absolutely central to the speed and efficiency of their warehouses, and there's some things that are kind of novelties. You can look up YouTube videos of the MK30 drone delivering packages in Tolleson, Arizona, where it's piloting the program. It doesn't look it doesn't look that great. It doesn't seem like drone delivery has a great future by looking at those videos. And I think that what Amazon needs is less the drone delivery and more something to excite investors with, number one, but number two, to lingering threats to hang over their last mile delivery workforce. Scott and I have also written a lot about the particularities of urban logistics and how last mile delivery, getting a package not just from distribution to distribution center, but from a delivery station to an apartment building or your home or whatnot. That's the most complicated part of logistics. It's the most expensive and it's the most labor intensive. And so Amazon naturally wants to roll out ideas for automating this. I don't think they're actually that serious. Like running an actual drone delivery program is tremendously complicated. Paying a guy to drive around a neighborhood and drop off packages is remarkably simple by comparison. So I think that's one robotics deployment that's actually not going anywhere. That being said, they're doing all sorts of stuff in the distribution centers, as is Walmart, by the way, as is Home Depot, as are most of the big retailers, to automate huge parts of the warehousing section of their delivery networks. And that stuff's real. The Amazon Kiva robots, which they have in all their fulfillment centers, that has, tripled fulfillment center efficiency and completely reimagined how we do inventory in a warehouse. So there's some things that really matter for Amazon, and there's some things that are just fun stories.
Has it made it better for workers?
So it's interesting to watch. I've been watching a lot of Amazon videos on YouTube, and they love saying that all of their new automations technologies are making things better for workers. They specifically emphasize the issue of safety. They want to be seen as a safe company. They had some bad stories in the press. They want to emphasize that they're focused on safety. What they don't say, or what they'll say on like quarterly earnings calls, but not in these videos, is that they're also great on labor costs as well. And so it can't really be both. Is it about safety or is it about labor costs? And I think that we've yet to see the big wave of layoffs where they're running a huge fulfillment center with a skeleton crew of technicians. That's 5-10 years down the line. But I think that they are constantly automating away labor in their warehouses. They're always introducing new technologies. They've got a new Gen 12 fulfillment center in Shreveport, Louisiana, where they've automated large parts of the picking and stowing role. Those are the two most prominent roles in Amazon fulfillment centers. So they're constantly doing stuff to replace actual human labor. I can't say whether it's actually made their workplaces safer, but I know that unemployment is not a safe thing, safe way of being. So,
Did you want to follow up with that, Scott?
Yeah, I mean, just one thing to add to it is that Amazon is the market leader in automation technology, so they're the one that get a lot of focus on them. But of course, all their competitors have to try to keep up. So you have in this past year, United Parcel Service (UPS) investing $65 billion in automation efforts over the next 4 years, automating sorts inside large distribution centers. This results in layoffs. At the same time, the big picture on the logistics workforce is it's still growing by leaps and bounds ahead of the general trends of the U.S. workforce. It's hard to get these numbers exactly right, because of the extensive use of subcontracting and sort of fictive attempts to claim that employees don't actually work for Amazon or Walmart or others. But there's somewhere around 7.5 million logistics workers in this country out of a workforce around 165 million. And that number is continuing to grow. It's projected to grow at another 5, 6, 7% by 2030, which is well ahead of the general workforce growth. So we haven't seen that point where automation levels off the workforce. And a lot of that is because the demand continues to grow for distributional retail for these e-commerce services.